Welcome, this is Chair Fitness. This is our stretch and strengthen version. Today is October 17th, 2024. Thank you so much for choosing to move with me today. As we do, I'm going to run through our needs list of supplies and we'll go ahead and jump right into our class. Today we're going to be using our door anchor or our rib anchor up at our high attachment point. Okay? Through that, we're going to place our medium to medium heavy resistance band. This can be circular or with handles. And then in addition to that, I'm going to have you choose a light medium to you dumbbell. For me, that's going to be my 10-pounder. So light to medium for you. And then as always with Chair Fitness, we're going to use that sturdy dining room chair. We want something with a backrest and a comfortable seat, and we want it to not be on wheels, so we want to be able to be stationary right in our spot on that chair. As always, we're going to also want water for this class and be able to stay hydrated throughout. So once again, my name is Diana. This is Chair Fitness. It's Stretch and Strengthen. We're going to go ahead and get started by taking a seat right up at the front edge of our chair. I want you to slide forward enough that your feet feel really supported there on the ground in front of you. They can be somewhere between shoulder and hip distance apart, whatever is comfortable in your body. And we're going to begin with our half and then our full neck circles. So we'll go ahead and drop our chin right down towards our chest. Feel some length in the back of the neck. And then you can roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Pause there. Maybe you send your left fingertips out and away from your body towards the floor. Bring your chin back down to your chest, and then we're going to roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Send those right fingers long if that felt good. Excellent. Return the chin back to the midline. Let's go one more time to each side. Over to the right, lengthen out through the left fingers. And then back through the midline and lengthen out through the right fingers as you bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Excellent. Return your chin back to your chest. We're going to curl that right ear over to the right shoulder, but then this time we're going to lift the chin and let the top of the head point back as you circle all the way back down and around to the left. And now we'll go to the left and circle all the way around and back down to the right. I want you to take these at a pace that's comfortable in your body and your neck. So if going a little bit slower or faster than me feels good, go ahead and work your magic on you. And then let's go ahead with 3 of those today. So I've got one last circle in each direction. I like to close my eyes down. It helps me to really feel into the sensation of some of these seated stretches, and I don't have to worry about losing my balance or going anywhere. All right, we're going to make our way back up to that tall spine. And next I'm going to have you make a swimming, like a backstroke pattern through one shoulder and then the other. So we're going to reach forward. You can pull the shoulder blade away from your spine, and then we're going to reach back and open across the front of the chest. And we're going to take that motion from one shoulder to the other. Once again, just like with the neck circles, I want you to go as fast or as slow as feels comfortable in your body. Awesome. Some of us might be experiencing like a little bit of crunching or grinding sensation in there. Hopefully this is bringing a little bit more looseness and mobility into the shoulder. And if you are experiencing any pain there in the shoulders, let's go ahead and modify by bringing the fingertips to the shoulders, and we're just going to make that circle a little bit smaller and see if that feels a little more comfortable through your shoulders. Go ahead and take one more on each side. And then release your hands back into your lap. Next is our seated twist. So we're going to pick up our right hand and set it on the chair behind us. And then pick up our left hand and we're going to catch the outside of our right thigh, lengthen our spine up to the ceiling, and then twist to look over that right shoulder. Take a breath in to lengthen up a little taller. Take a breath out to deepen your twist. Move your body back through the midline. Left hand goes to the chair behind you. Right hand goes to the outside of the left thigh. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to look over your shoulder. One more breath cycle here. Breathe in. Deepen that stretch on your exhale. Beautiful work. Come back to the midline. I can't do this class without my personal favorite seated figure 4, so let's do it. We're gonna cross right ankle over left knee, hands on knee and ankle, sit up tall through your spine, and then thinking about hinging, we're gonna come right at the hips with our hinge and bow forward over that leg. Now for some of us, a little bit of pressure might open up that right glute a little bit more, so you can use that right hand to apply a little bit of pressure downward to deepen. Take a breath in, and then deepen that stretch a little bit further on your exhale. Great work. Let's sit up tall, release that leg down, cross the second side, be an observer. Does anything feel immediately different, or is it the same as the first side? Sit up tall. And then we're gonna hinge. And if you liked applying a little bit of pressure to the right kneecap, go ahead and do that here to the left. Breathe in. Deepen the stretch a little bit further on your exhale. Great work. Make your way back up to that tall spine. We're gonna come up tall. I'm gonna start us with our standing stretches with a quad stretch. 2 variations for you. Some of us who have difficulty catching our ankle behind us, I'm gonna have you set that shin across your chair as you face out, and then tuck your tailbone to stretch the front of your hip. If that's just not needed in your wheelhouse and you're comfortable with catching your ankle, I'm gonna have you take that variation with the support of the chair. In both positions, I'm gonna have you scoop your tailbone down and forward, and then shorten your abdomen to drive the stretch right through the whole front of your thigh, down the front of that leg to the knee. Take a breath in, and then like we have been, go ahead and deepen that stretch a little bit further on your exhale. Great work. Let's set that foot down. We'll take our second side. Maybe you move around to the other side of your chair. And we're gonna catch that foot, or we're gonna slide that shin over the chair, and then tuck the tailbone, shorten the abdomen. Notice how that can drive the stretch a little bit deeper. Here's our big breath in, and our breath out, deepen that stretch. Great work, let's release that foot down. Next, we're gonna come over to the side of our chair, okay? And you know, in this class, we are gonna move our chair around probably a couple times, so make some space beside your chair. We're gonna step our feet into a really wide lunge. And then we're gonna tuck our tailbone and bring the bottom of our tailbone scooping forward. Once we've got that position, we're gonna bend our front knee, all right? And we wanna feel our stretch just before this was deeper down in the quad, and now we wanna feel the stretch a little bit higher across the front of the hip here. Take a breath in, and then you might notice that you can deepen the bend in your front leg a little bit on your exhale, really deepening the stretch here. Great work. Let's press up and out of that leg. Use the balance of your chair to switch sides. Find that wide stance. And then once again, we're gonna tuck the tailbone down and forward first. And then we're gonna bend that front knee, feeling into the stretch there across the front of the hip. Take a breath in. Maybe you're up for it. You deepen the stretch a little bit more on your exhale. Ooh, great work. This feels so good. All right, so next we've just visited the front of the thighs. We're gonna move to the back, and we're gonna take a staggered stance forward fold. If you're somebody that needs a little bit of balance support, stay here by your chair. We're gonna step our feet about 2 feet in the depth and about 1 foot in the width, so wide from each other. And then we're gonna hinge at our hip, and we're gonna fold over that front leg. So it's kind of like if you've taken yoga before, it's kind of like our pyramid pose, and we're gonna work our nose towards our front knee. You can play around with the depth of bend in your knees. So you might try bending a little bit deeper than 5 degrees and then coming all the way out straight. And the other thing you might try doing is bringing your body weight into your toes and then into your heels and noticing how that shifts the stretch. Take a breath in here. Guide that nose a little bit deeper to the knee on your exhale. And then slowly curl up to stand. Maybe you stack one vertebrae at a time. And then, as you might expect, we're going to go ahead and take that same stretch on the second side. So other foot forward. We're 1 foot apart, and then we're 2 feet deep. And we're going to hinge again at the hip, fold down. And then whatever different variations felt good to try on the first side, try them again here. So you might try bending and extending your knees through about 5 degrees to straight. And then the other thing you might try is rocking your body weight from the toes to the heels and noticing how that changes the stretch. Good, take a full breath in. Nose gets closer to the knee on your exhale. And then let's curl all the way up to stand. And relax. Great work, friends. All right, from here, we're gonna go ahead and move into an overhead side bend. So let's move up to the upper body. We're gonna sweep both arms up overhead. Let's catch our left wrist in our right hand, and we're gonna take our side bend over to the right. It might feel good to actually pop your left hip out to the left. Take a breath in, and then give yourself a little bit more of a pull. Reach up through your fingertips, lengthen your spine. We're back through the midline. And now we're going to take it to the second side. Go ahead and push your right hip out to the right. Pull your arms over to the left. Take a breath in. Deepen that bend on your exhale. Let's take it one more time to each side. Reach up tall and take that side bend. Breathe in. Deepen it on the exhale. Wonderful. Reach up through the middle and take your side bend to the second side. Big breath in and big breath out. Wonderful, friends. Release your arms down. Our last bit of mobility here before our warm-up, we're going to need a little bit of space for it. And we're going to take our knee almost a little bit across the midline of the body and then fan it out to the side. And we'll take that side to side. Do you feel a little bit like a clown? I do. All right, that feels good across the front of the hips and the inner thighs. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing work, friends. Let's go ahead and take a short break, grab a sip of water. If you're using like a Apple Watch or a device to chart your workout, you can go ahead and start that active portion now. All right, friends, we're gonna get started in our warm-up with our chair squats, all right? So let me take you through our warm-up real quick. First, we're gonna just go through this one time and then get on with our workout. So we're gonna start in our goblet position by just making a fist at the chest, and we're gonna sit to stand to our chair for 10 repetitions. We're gonna follow that with our bird dog, and we're gonna we want some space on either side of our chair. We're gonna take our all fours position, and we're gonna float a leg up, and we're gonna punch the opposite arm forward. In this variation today, we're gonna hold 5 seconds on each side times 3, okay? We're waking up our core and our symmetry in our core. And then we're gonna move into our forearm plank or our high plank using our chair support. So we'll step our feet back. We wanna stack our shoulders right over our elbows. And then we're gonna tuck our tailbone and engage our glutes. We'll hold that for about 30 seconds or so. You step in when you're done. And then we're gonna come up and take our marching in place Opposite knee elbow, and I want you to try to bring that shoulder towards the hip, so we're shortening the abdomen cross-sectionally across the midline, okay? So that's our warm-up. We're gonna take those reps of each. Go ahead and find yourself back in front of your chair. Feet are shoulder distance apart. Some of us like our toes slightly turned out. Hands up to chest, and we're gonna breathe in on our descent and out on our rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Let's come over to the side of our chair. Make sure there's some space. And we're making our all fours position. I'm going to float my right leg up, punch my left arm forward. Make sure your core is engaged so your back isn't arching or rounding. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those limbs down. Left leg back. Right arm punches forward and hold. Brace your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down back to the first side. Right arm, left leg, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those down. Second side. Punch it and kick it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more on each side. Float it up. Kick it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And second side. Float it up. Kick it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Okay. High plank or forearm plank. Go ahead and drop down. In either position, we're stacking our shoulders over our elbows or our wrists. And we're holding. Tighten up those glutes, brace your core by pulling your belly button towards your spine. Good, and breathe. Here's our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk those feet in. Beautiful. We're going to bring our arms up to goalpost. We've got some space on either side of us. And we're going to march in place, 10 each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing, friends. Release down. Go ahead and give yourself a moment to hydrate. Wipe some sweat off if you got to that place. And then we're going to go ahead and move into our strength circuit number 1. All right. For this strength circuit number 1, we're going to use that singular medium light dumbbell that you picked for yourself. All right. For me, that's my 10. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a core braced single arm shoulder press, all right? So we'll bring that medium light weight right up to your shoulder on one side. With our opposite hand, we're going to actually apply pressure downward into the thigh, okay? So watch that. When I push into my thigh, I'm going to brace my core. And that's going to help me stabilize at the shoulder that I'm pressing. And we're going to take just 10 presses while pressing that opposite hand into our thigh. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work. Go ahead and set that down, switch sides. All right, now we're going to apply pressure here on the second side and press up. 10, 9, 2, and 1. That's wonderful. Release down, come up to stand. We're doing a goblet squat next. So we got prepped for our squats. This is you. You can either squat to your chair with that weight right at your chest, or you're gonna move away from the chair if you need a little bit more intensity, and you're gonna take your goblet squat free form, okay? So I want you to pick the version that's right for you. Brace that weight right up at your chest. Feet shoulder distance apart, toes might be slightly turned out, and we're gonna inhale to the depth of our squat and exhale to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Go ahead and set that weight aside. And last in this circuit, we're going to work a split squat, just 5 on each side. And you can use the support of your chair for this one if you need. I'm going to show you the bottom up version, which means we're going to actually start all the way kneeling. All right, and we're going to press equally into both feet and press straight up to stand, and then make our way back down to that full restful position. If that's too intense for you, you're going to work the top down version of it. So you're going to start high, you're going to pop up on your back toes so your heels lifted, and you're going to come down just within your comfort zone, and then you're going to press up, and maybe you don't touch your back knee to the carpet or the floor that you're on, okay? So let's go ahead and pick the variation that works for us. I'm going to show you on this first set the bottom up version, all right? And we're going to exhale, press straight up, and then slowly release ourselves down. Retighten the bottom glute and push right up off the floor. Good. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wonderful. Go ahead and step your other foot forward. We're going to start from the bottom, so tuck your back toe under, and here we go. Exhale, press to the top for 5, 4, great work, 3, 2, and 1. Step forward and release. You can shake those legs out. Grab a quick sip of water. We're going to return through that again, going back to our new move, our single arm shoulder press with our core stability pressure. All right, we've got our medium light weight in hand. We're going to take a seat once again right up at the front edge of the chair. Maybe you start on your second side. We're going to apply pressure into the thigh of the non-working arm, making it work. All right, and here we go. We're going to press 10, exhale on the press, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take that weight down safely. Switch sides. All right. Apply that pressure on the second side. Exhale to the top. Good work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous. Release down. Make your way up to stand. Your version of the goblet squat to the chair or free form. Here we go. Down and exhale up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous, set that aside. All right, we're doing the split squat. If you liked that floor up version, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna demo the top down version. So we'll find our split stance. We're popped up on our back toe and we're coming down, 2, 3, up, 1, down, 2, 3, up, 2, down, 2, 3, up, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 4, down, 2, 3, up, 5. Good, switch your stance. And we're coming down, 2, 3, up, 1, down, 2, 3, up, 2, down, 2, 3, up, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 4, down, 2, 3, up, 5. Amazing. Okay, grab yourself a quick sip of water. We're gonna finish with a superset of pull exercises, all right? Bringing resistance to us. Now, I've never done these in Chair Fitness before, but we're gonna learn 2 completely new movements. The first one is a seated lat pull down. So we're gonna actually face our chair towards our high anchor, and we're gonna grab the band itself just a small distance from the attachment, maybe a foot, and then we're gonna take a seat, and we're gonna pull those elbows out down and wide, taking our lat pull down. All right, that's our first exercise. We'll take 10 repetitions. You're gonna find a resistance where it feels pretty intense on those lats at the bottom. Then I'm gonna have you move your chair quite a bit back from your attachment point, and we're gonna grab the band handles, or the looped part of the band, and then we're gonna take a seated mid-row. So notice how I'm gonna keep my torso really tall and upright. My chest is gonna stay lifted, and I'm going to pull my shoulder blades together behind my back at the bottom of that movement. All right, I'm pinching my wings. All right, we're gonna take 10 of each. We'll work this twice and then say goodbye for today. So let's go ahead and bring our chair right in there. You're pretty close to your attachment on your rig or your door. And we're grabbing our band about 1 foot from the anchor, depending on your resistance. And we're gonna exhale as we pull our elbows out wide, give those lats a big squeeze at the bottom. Great work. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Release up safely. Our farmer carry in Chair Fitness is moving our chair around our space, right? I'm gonna move that chair back. Grab the handle portion or the loop portion of your circular band. We're gonna sit up really tall, and we're gonna exhale and pull those elbows back at about a 45-degree angle from your body. Or you could even hug them right in by your ribs. Good. 3,
Exercise ring closed.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful, friends. Time-wise, we're gonna skip skip our rest between there and go right back to moving our chair in for our second set of lat pull downs. Go ahead and bring that chair in. Grab the band itself about a foot from the anchor. And here we go, pulling on the exhale. 10, 9, releasing on our inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release up. Great work. Move your chair back. It's a good way. So you've got a good amount of intensity on there. Take your seat, and we're going to exhale on the pull, inhale on the release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful, friends. Safely release that band. All right, I always invite you to take a third set of those strength circuits if that would feel good in your body. I want to remind you to send me that email if there were questions that came up as you went through this workout, if there were little nuances that you wanted to either learn more about or change up for the form or the positioning within your body. Overall, I hope you had a great class, and I will catch up with you in your next workout or your next live session. Go forward and have yourself a great day. Take care, and bye-bye.